I just don't think we have the same Donald Trump that we had circa 2016 to 2020. This is not the same man. Somewhere along the way, he lost his way. To deny help to tornado victims. Then I heard he denied further assistance from FEMA to North Carolina. This is not the man we voted for.
You know what, President Trump? This is for you, man. Look, I know you've got a lot on your plate. I know you have a lot to do and a lot to keep this country safe, and I appreciate that. But you made us a campaign promise. And I remember you said it at every stop. I'm going to fix the economy and get prices more affordable. You ain't done none of that. Not even a little bit. Stores are price gouging us on tariffs. Stuff that they're putting on tariffs on. And guess what? They're made here in America. You call it like your agencies call it out, but nothing gets done. The stores aren't made to put the prices back. They're not made to fix anything. No, instead, what are they doing? Still charge us the same prices. In fact, they're raising prices even higher. And your administration is doing nothing to help that. Nothing. Not a thing. You have done absolutely nothing to help that. And I'm sorry, but like, we're struggling. Like, you're erasing the middle class. You know, you said, oh, the left, they're all about erasing the middle class. No, you are too, because you're doing the same exact thing. You're not doing anything to help us. I know you got a lot on your plate, but man, just take a day or 2 days and do something to turn around the economy in this country. People are struggling. People are losing their homes because they can't afford. They have to choose between making a car payment or putting food on their table. People are having to choose between paying their credit cards down or putting food on the table. Or they're having to max out their credit cards to pay bills because everything is so daggum expensive. Gas should be going down. We're drilling in America. Why is gas still over $2.89 a gallon? Why is things so damn expensive under you this time, but last time is so much cheaper? I know the Biden administration screwed up the economy and made inflation just skyrocket. But there are things that you can do to fix it, and you need to do it.
Greetings, my lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. So the same people who screamed, "Make America Great Again," are now saying, this isn't the America we voted for. From farmers struggling to afford groceries, to working families drowning in debt, many Trump voters are now realizing that this isn't the America they voted for. And here is the hard truth. It is exactly what they voted for. The policies, the agendas, the priorities, none of those was hidden, you know. It was written, spoken, and shouted during the campaigns across America. So let's get to see the reactions, then we add more commentary, all right? Let's dive into it.
So are we all just going to sit back and act like we don't see what's going on? If you speak out against a certain country, or if you go against a certain country, you're out of there. If you go to college and somebody that's a teacher or anything like that at that college says something against that certain country, they're cutting funding. Matter of fact, in the beginning of the year, they were talking about deporting U.S. citizens for protesting in favor of Palestine at a college. Yet we voted this same person in because of we wanted free speech. I remember last year when the left was talking about, oh, Trump's going to come out with Project 2025. I was like, yeah, Project 2025, let's go. Instead, what we got was much worse than what the left thought. We got Trump and Netanyahu in office, and Trump's doing tricks on it.
Listen here, Mr. Trump. This is one of your supporters right here, and I have just about had it with you. Now I get wind that you're going to give $20 billion to the leader of Argentina, and that he's in bed with the Zionist criminal government of Zionist Israel. Now listen to me. You do not have the permission of we the people to give $20 billion of our money to those thieves and those criminals, that war criminal, that genocidist Netanyahu. Don't you dare do that. And what about your son in bed, your son-in-law, Jared Kushner, in bed with Netanyahu? Are you compromised? Trump, are you a part of them? Are you controlled opposition? What's wrong with you?
that orange man, and you are now saying, this is not what I voted for, this is not what I voted for. This is quite literally exactly what you voted for. And if you truly did not think that this was going to happen by electing that man into office, then you are willingly uneducated and ignorant. And I suggest next time you think about voting in an election, you educate yourself other than watching Fox News. Yeah.
I'm making this video because I voted for Trump. And a lot of my followers are Trump supporters. And I fully expect that I will probably lose a lot of friends and followers because of this opinion. First of all, if we are friends and you can't see past politics to continue being my friend, I just want to say I don't hold any ill will towards you. I totally understand if you feel the need to unfollow me, block me, and not be my friend anymore. I respect it completely. I just don't think we have the same Donald Trump that we had circa 2016 to 2020. This is not the same man. Somewhere along the way, he lost his way. To deny help to tornado victims. Then I heard he denied further assistance from FEMA to North Carolina. This is not the man we voted for. If you are upper middle class or below, I don't see how any of us are faring well under this president. And how long are we just going to close our eyes to it and pretend it's not happening because it's him? And at least it wasn't the other guy. I will no longer stand by and pretend that I have hope in this president, because I don't. This past weekend, what he did last night was 1,000,000% unacceptable. And if any other president did that, everybody would be losing their marbles. The cuts he made to programs that help lower income people, these secret dinners with people wearing masks. It's just craziness at this point, guys. And I just can no longer stand here and say I support it, because I don't. No, I'm not a Democrat. I don't trust the government at all. But I just hope our friendships are strong enough that you guys don't base it just on something political. But understand, I fully expect that I will lose friendships. And I'm sorry to see you go, but I hope you can understand my side as well.
I'm seeing more and more people online saying, well, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote to lose my job, and I didn't vote for a global trade war, and I didn't vote for Elon Musk to run amok in the government, slashing agencies and cutting jobs, and I didn't vote to see America's allies cast aside. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course you voted for that. You were perfectly happy to see all that happen as long as it didn't happen to you. And now that the leopard is eating your face, suddenly you've changed your tune. Well, you get no sympathy from me. You voted for that. You wanted that. So you sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't care what happens to you. I just want you to feel the pain that you brought on yourself, because that is the only way you can learn.
Millions ignored the fine print. They voted not out of understanding, but out of emotions, out of anger, and out of fear. Fear of change, fear of equality, and fear of a black president holding power again. But now the price of that fear is paying off with empty wallets, broken promises, and rising regrets.
So now Trump is he's escalating his use of federal power against Democratic states, blue states, states that didn't vote for him. So he's taken all the funding to these states away. They're not going to get anything for highway repair, airports, hospitals, bridges, you name it. And all that funding will go to the red states. We've never had a president in the history of this country stand in front of the country and say, if you didn't vote for me, you're not going to get my help. How do you describe somebody like that? We call him infants, baby, thin skin. He's got no soul. He's got no conscience. And he's picked people to run his departments that have no soul, no conscience.
Oh, now you didn't vote for this? Yes, you did. You didn't care because you didn't think it was going to affect you. I mean, what? You thought it was a good idea to run it back after the first time? The man tried to overthrow our fucking democracy because he lost an election. And to all of you patriots, I'm going to take my country back. Y'all are a bunch of fucking traitors. People are losing their jobs, their benefits. People losing their farms. People are being kicked out of Job Corps. People that are trying to find and make a way. Planes falling out the fucking sky. Racists are running around like it's 1960, spouting all kind of hate speech and slurs. White tea supremacists are running around with plain clothes on and masks, snatching people off of the streets and sending them to God knows where without due process. We have a president that pays no attention to what the Supreme Court is saying, and they allow him to do it and get away with every fucking thing. Economists are warning us that because of these dumb tariffs, that we're going to be in a recession more than likely. So yeah, you voted for this. All you bros that listen to Charlie Kirk and Joe Rogan and Steve Bannon and Tucker Carlson and Fox News, you're programmed. You can't even think for your fucking selves. No one is coming for you. The world just caught up to you. And you wonder why women choose the bear. And don't get me started on brown people that voted for Trump. Blacks for Trump. Latinos for Trump. Palestinians for Trump. Muslims for Trump. The fuck were you thinking? Like, us brown people, we should be sticking together against white supremacy. Have you forgotten history? How all of us were treated when we were either brought or came here? The fuck? What? You didn't want to vote for the black woman? You didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris? The person that was actually qualified? The person who had plans and not concepts? The person who accomplished the American fucking dream. She went to college and graduated, went to law school, became an AD, a DA, a senator, the vice president. Overly fucking qualified. You didn't want to vote for her. What? Because of your racism, your bigotry, your misogyny, your homophobia? You care more about all of that than your own fucking country. You guys are traitors. And shit is going to get worse. So yeah, you voted for this. It didn't have to be this way. Our allies around the world are looking at us like, what the fuck is happening in America? And some of you still don't even see it. You voted for this, and you're going to have to live with the consequences.
Listen, no one cares that this isn't what you voted for. This is what you voted for. You had the chance, the same as the rest of us, to read the 900 plus page manual that outlined everything that's happening right now. So when you say, this isn't what I voted for, all it tells us is that you weren't paying attention and you just voted for the party. You voted for your cult leader. You voted for everything that was in that manual. So instead of saying this isn't what I voted for, consider saying I'm sorry. This is what I voted for, but I didn't know. I didn't realize it would be this bad. I made a mistake and I'm sorry. And now I will do everything in my power to fix what's happening, to align myself with people who are fighting against this. We don't care that this isn't what you voted for. This is. What we care about is what you're going to do next. What are you going to do next?
Trump made it clear that he would cut taxes to billionaires, weaken healthcare, and make America first again, even if it meant dividing the nation. But many voters didn't take time to read his plan. They told themselves they were saving America, but really, they were just protecting their comfort zone. And now the irony is painful. Prices they thought that he would lower have skyrocketed. Freedom they thought that he would defend, it's now hanging on a thread. Everything he promised to do, he did it. But people didn't realize those same actions would hurt them too. See, this is what happens when people vote from emotions instead of education. When voters didn't ask, will this policy affect me, they end up voting against their own interest. And the sad part is that it's not just about Trump. It is a reflection of how too many people around the world, they vote blindly, following personalities, tribe, or even races, instead of thinking critically about policy. People should know that our choices have consequences, and elections do too. And this should be a lesson for all of us, maybe in Africa, in America, everywhere. Don't vote for someone because he speaks your language, you know, because he has the same color as you, or even mocks your enemies, you know. You should choose a leader who fights for your livelihood, your children's future, and your country's dignity. Because when you vote out of hate, fear, or even greed, don't be surprised when those same things come knocking at your door. And the truth is, many Trump voters, this is what they voted for, you know? And maybe, just maybe, the pain of regret will finally open the eyes of those who refuse to see. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.